Well, we made the third out at third base in the first inning. We didn't execute a drag bunt that allowed them to get the lead out. And the first inning was tough because that guy was about to lose it. It was a 2-0 count right there. So we were about in a bases loaded situation, which is the same place we ended up yesterday. And that's a lot of pressure and probably would have forced him to go to the bullpen earlier had that inning continued. And then we got, I think it was the sixth. Yeah, it was the sixth. We got first and second, nobody out. In a good spot, before they could get to that good reliever there. Didn't get the bunt down and either flied out or popped up. I can't remember. And, didn't score there. And so that took the pressure off of them.
Was there, I guess was, the starter coming into today, Boyle, was he a guy you guys thought would be pretty tough today? Or?
The stuff, yes. I mean, his fastball, it's up to 95. The difficulty is he'd walked a guy an inning, coming into the outing, and made a lot of first pitch outs today. And that's probably not a good way to go about it when a guy walks a guy an inning.
Yeah, was that kind of the approach in the ninth inning?
No, well, it's different right there because we immediately got a guy in scoring position, literally 2 pitches into the inning. So it's a hit by pitch and then a swing and an out and a swing and an out. Steven and Hayden are probably the 2 best hitters on the team statistically. Unfortunately, we didn't hit it hard enough to get it through there either time. Those aren't necessarily the ones I'm talking about. It was more earlier in the game off the pitcher that wasn't throwing strikes. The closer does throw strikes. He's a pretty good pitcher.
I guess when you're looking at the big picture at the offense, just where do you think you guys are?
I think we won 9 games in a row in Division I baseball, and we got a lot of work to do to get better.
Thatcher, pretty good today.
Great outing. I really liked, he struck a lot of guys out, but I really liked how he handled the innings where there was traffic with guys on base. We had second and third, no outs, they didn't score. I think it was strikeout, if I'm not mistaken. He did a great job today. And then on that side of it, I thought we pitched fantastic all weekend long, which is great because that's going to give us a chance to win every game. They scored their 2 runs, we mishandled a bunt, and then we had an errant pickoff. And so, credit Xavier. And then they moved the ball with 2 strikes and 1 out to get the first run in. And then, put a lot of pressure on us, getting the guy to third there with 1 out. And, we didn't score, so we made the right decision by pulling the infield in. And we had a few chances to bury him right there and couldn't. And then, I think that was like the 7th or 8th pitch of the at-bat that he hit up the middle. So they played a good game today.
Speaking of the great pitching this weekend, what overall performance is it this weekend that really stood out to you?
Yeah, all of it. So 4 runs in 3 games, I'll take that against anybody at any time. So the entirety of the pitching staff. And it's good. We haven't used Justin or Fidel, so really, really pleased with the pitching staff this weekend.
Anyone that stood out to you from the hitting corps?
I'd have to look at it. I just think it's a collective effort. And, sometimes I'm guilty of that, looking at the totality of it. But I think they all had some good spots and all had some pitches or ABs maybe we'd like to be a little better at.
With Thatcher, the last 2 outings, it really seems like when guys have gotten on base, he's done a really good job of pitching himself out of that. Just the development of that aspect of his game. How big is that?
Yeah, I think it's big. It's big for him, and it just shows improvement. He's certainly talented. We know that. And, I speak of anytime I can of the stuff that you guys don't see, and not surprised at all. They pitched well today. I was really looking forward to this outing and thought he delivered really, really well.
I think he's just been able to locate that fastball better last
I think that's part of it. Certainly, just strikes and what I call decision pitches. He's around the plate, around the zone a lot.
Do you still just want to see more, patience from your guys at the plate when it comes to the offense?
Yeah, I don't like making a bunch of first pitch outs against a guy that has a walk-in inning. That's completely anti the way we probably want to do. Well, no, let me say this. It's not the way we've done it when this team this year has been at its best.
Is it nice to have a game kind of right around the corner on Tuesday after something like this?
they're young people, so they move on quickly, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And they played hard, and like I said, they just won 9 games in a row, and that's hard to do. So I don't have much on that. I mean, for me, yeah, that's a real thing. So it's very intuitive thought and question on your part. But yeah, we'll be ready to go, and it's fun to play a couple night games, last couple nights, and so look forward to that on Tuesday.
What was the thinking of having Zep come in the pinch hit in the 8th?
Just coach's decision. Yeah, I'm not going to give away our playbook.
I mean, you talk about it here, but I mean, you guys haven't completely reached your full potential yet, and here you are, you're still 2 losses going
Yeah.
to SEC play and
Yeah.
a really strong position. And I guess going into next week and everything that entails, just kind of.
Yeah, we actually talked about that a little bit. It's with 2 games in the middle of the week, it's hard to kind of even get there, in my mind at this point in time, because there's things we need to do in the immediate. But there is an element of being prepared going into it, because it's tough. I mean, I think they've won like 9 or 10 in a row, and a super talented team with guys that have good stuff on the mound and, power in their bats, speed in their legs. Obviously, a great environment to play in. And so that'll be good. We're going to need to be right. I think our team, it didn't play great today. I think I anticipate this team playing well as we move into that. We won't take that for granted, and there's a lot of things that, from a baseball standpoint, we got to do better. But that'll be good, to get in there and see what that's about and see how we respond to another test. The quick turnaround test we didn't do great with today, but hopefully the moving into the league test we'll do better with.
Does the defense sort of disappoint you a little bit today, given that you guys have been pretty good up until today, I guess?
Well, I'm trying to think. I mentioned their 2 runs came on a mishandled bunt and errant pickoff. Was there any other mistakes than that?
Just some of those PFPs.
Yeah. I think it's been pretty good. I think Michael Braswell's playing outstanding at short. I think that's a highlight. I think that's a real highlight. I think we've caught pop-ups better the last couple days, so I think that's good. I think we've played pretty good defense. I think we've played sound defense for 16 games here.
And Paxton must be fine because he.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Yeah, I probably anticipated him not being great. Because he squared himself up right there. And we had to take him out of the game yesterday. Got real stiff and bruised really fast, but good to be 21. Quick healer.
You talked about wanting to get some of the freshmen in the games when you got Ethan and Ashton to start this weekend. I guess Ethan's not a freshman, but he's one of the young guys. Just what have you seen from them and how great?
Well, he's played great recently. That's a big disappointment. Him hurting his shoulder, sliding back in yesterday. Both those guys are going to be great. Like I said, I'm super optimistic about where we're headed, in the program. When you stack, you mentioned Ethan and Ashton, Steven, Jake Brown. Every day has value here, and adding those days together with those guys, I think, is going to be really beneficial.
Kate on Tuesday?
That's the plan as of now. I have not talked to Coach Yeski, but in my simple brain, that's what I'm looking at this point. But I don't know if I'm confirming it or not. I know it's 1,000% my decision, but 15 minutes after a tough loss, that's where my head's at right now.
Thank you, Coach.